Morning, class. Sorry, I've been really busy, and then past few days I was sick, so wasn't able to record this. But this is year 15 result, so you have 5 more years, 5 more runs, and I'm going to go over this really quick. At this moment, company J, C, B are the top 3 teams, and we can see that the top 4 teams, their score is over 90. So they will probably ended up getting A, okay? And so this will be your game today scores. So in the end of semester, if this is your score, this is what you will get for your BSG game, okay? And unfortunately, K is getting, K has not been doing well. I've noticed that. I just didn't have time to make recording. So if I hope they watch the video. Same as all the companies that's under 60s. Okay, so if you have questions, please text me. You guys figure out a time you can Zoom and text me. I can Zoom. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anytime before 8 p.m. will be okay. Okay, just text me a time that you guys can log in to Zoom because as you can see, I don't get to see your screen like where you guys make decisions. So you have to share your screen, you log in, you share your screen, and then we can go from there. So this is what I can see. Um, the earnings per share, J double their earnings per share, and C and I also are over $5. So any company that's in bolded numbers, they exceeded the investor expectation. And then I can see that you see that K, they've been having loss since year 12. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't reach out to me. And then return on equity, see this one, they already have no data. Okay. And stock price is $5. So in my 15 years, almost 15 years in East Stroudsburg, there's only one company, their stock or off the market. So their stock price become 2 dash line. Okay. So I hope, you guys won't end it up like that. Okay. So this is the stock price. J stock price is almost $400. Credit rating, K and L's are C minus. But for image rating, the top teams, their image rating already reached 100. Like J's image rating has been 100 since the very beginning. B has been 100 since year 12. Okay, so that's the score. Bonus points. So this year, C and I and J, they got the Bullseye Award, and you can see that I got 3 points, C got 4 points. So that this is cumulative. And if you go back to here, okay, so like I score is 96 here, and their score is like actually their weighted average score is 91, but they have 5 bonus points. So the overall game to day score is 96. So the bonus points are, somewhat important to you. And Leapfrog Award. So I has been getting 2 Leapfrog Award. Okay. So I this time improved 16 points. So they are at 96. So this is very good. Industry overview. So this you guys should take a look. Like you can take a look at what other companies like what where do they have their facilities? Where a lot of companies started to build space. Like let's say K. K built a lot of space, but I don't know if you guys noticed, they didn't buy equipment. Okay, like they built 11,000. This is actually 11 million pairs worth space. Like they can put in equipment, they make 11 million pairs, but they only bought equipment to make 6,000, and they just keep. And then I also built more space. Um, and they use they filled up their space. So then I know they really need the space. Okay, so this is I. And then J, J also have some space that they didn't use. They didn't put in the equipment. Okay, so this is the industry overview. So you guys can kind of take a look if you want to build more space or buy more equipment, see if it's okay. Like if you have too much and then you put in, too much. So we see that A, F, G, K, L, they don't have cash. And then some of their current liability, especially K, their current liability is really, really high. So I'm thinking that they trigger a lot of overdraft loan. They probably are not qualified to get 5 years, 10 years loan. Okay, they can only get 1 year loan. So that's why, this is like a vicious cycle that, difficult to fix. So yeah. So but we have some companies that have a lot of cash on hand. Okay, so so this is the part that you guys should take a look. And then the gross profit margin, D and I have the highest gross profit margin. For net profit margin, D and I have also the highest net profit margin. Let me see. And then something, the days of inventories, like, some companies A, E, F, K, see their days of inventory is 1,000 days. Like that means the shoes in their they make, it takes them more than, what is it, almost 5 years, 4 years, more than 4 years to sell, so this is not good. Anything in double digit, less than 50 days is okay. Yeah, but B's is like, this is very short, this is very good, but it also maybe means that they don't have enough shoes, so we will have to look. Okay, but this is just some numbers you guys should take a look, see whether or not, where you can improve. And this is not an easy game, I know that. And, you need to put in a lot of effort. And then the production benchmark. So you guys, your numbers will, let me see if I can get a pen. Yeah, I can get out my laser pen. So your numbers will be here, okay? And I cannot see that because, I have to record this, and then, you guys, I cannot let anybody see any other teams, numbers. So, but your screen, when you go to production benchmark, you see your numbers, and you can compare the industry, low, high, and average, like this, like reject rate. Okay, so you see here it's the low and high, it's almost 10% difference, almost 9%. Okay, well, 8.6%. And then for this one, almost 10% reject rate. And then this one, more than, is almost 15%. Okay, so it's a really big difference. And um, and then you see, like, for some companies, to improve one SQ star, they cost them $2.85. But for company to improve one SQ star, it costs them $41. And this one even more, $50 to improve just one star. Okay, so imagine if you want to improve your quality, your SQ rating, you have to put in so much cost. So what you do is you need to go back to players menu to see how, what you can do to improve the quality. Okay, and you can see here the TQM, Six Sigma spending, the lowest is $0, the highest $1. Okay, and then here is 0 to 5. So when you put in more money into the Six Sigma TQM, you actually get better quality. Even though in the beginning you need to spend money, but eventually it will save you money. Okay, so that's the production. And then for operating benchmark, you guys should also compare yours with the industry low and high. Okay, here, so see where you are not, like matching the industry. Okay, and then you can, if you are the one like this, for example, if your um profit margin is the highest, then that's very good, right? The highest. But from my point of view, I can see that, like some companies actually have loss. Okay, for one pair they sold $1. Okay, and then this one is even worse. For one pair they sold, they lost almost $300. Okay, so but this is in North America, and this one's in Euro Africa. And then if we go down, this is so for Asia Pacific, the good thing is that nobody's having loss. But in Latin America, one company lost $18 per pair they sold. Okay, so this is not good. And then we have private label. So for private label, you can also see the highest profit is like at the 20s. Okay, and then one company actually have $3 loss. Okay, so if you are selling something for loss, you shouldn't sell it. Okay, you should just exit the market. Celebrities. So we can see that B, C, D, F, I, J has a lot of celebrities, and then there's some companies that don't have celebrities. So so that's also important to have celebrities. And then one last thing I want to look is the comparative report. This is North America. So you guys also should take a look at your stuff, okay? And so there are some companies that don't have enough shoes, like see they have stock out, okay? And for the private label, so there are some companies like J and they bid they got a lot of private label. So Jay actually talked to me, and then I kind of recommended to take risk. But unfortunately this year some more companies put in bid, so there's a limit, like they can only get about 49.5%, okay, of the order. So but still they get majority of the stuff at very high price. Yeah, so for this one, North America is filled. Last year it wasn't. And then for Europe, Africa, still not sold. Okay, so J also only put in this much. Okay, so yeah, so I has very good strategy. See, they bid this price. So for this one, your maximum price is 53. Okay, and minimum is 4. Okay, 4.0 star SQ rating. For Asia Pacific, this year also, not many company put in the bid. Okay, and then for Latin America, also you don't get all the bid, and then you see J got lucky this one. Okay, so they actually bid $50, but the SQ rating doesn't need to be 4.3. And then we know this one company has lost because their SQ rating is very high and their price is not that high. And in Latin America, there's a exchange rate and tariff and stuff like that. So when you put in your bid, your price you need to scroll down to the bottom to see whether or not you have um you're making profit. And then we can see that a lot of companies don't have enough shoes in Latin America. And then so the company that have extra, like E actually got lucky because you see that their price is very high and their original order is only this much, but because they have extra shoes, so they get to sell almost double, no, more than double of their original demand. Okay, but when other company buy equipment, build their space, this will change. So that's why when you look at this, you have to go back and forth, to see, like, let's say here. So you see like A, B, C, D, F, H, J, K. They all not have enough shoes. So if we come back here to see who is getting, more equipment here, building more space. So you see that, there are some company, they are building more space. So that won't happen, right? You won't be able to, so I'm talking about E, that you won't be able to get this. So you might want to adjust some of your strategies, the pricing, the SQ rating, and how much you put in advertising. Okay, you see, like the company get bigger order, they usually put in more advertising, and usually they have celebrities. Okay, so there's some companies don't have celebrities. So this makes all the difference. If you still don't know the details, like what makes your product have higher demand, you need to go back to player's menu to see, how you can improve, because there are more details that I can remember. And yeah, so you guys should, work as team, look up for different informations. Okay, so that's it for year 15. And I'm going to reset. Well, you don't have to, but I'm going to also extend the 3-year strategic plan. So what you can do is you can put in new estimate for the 3-year strategic plan. You have to estimate, some of the numbers, so you can redo the estimate. Okay, so that's it for year 15. Good luck for 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5 more runs. Bye.